Daniel lived for the gasps, the silence, the awestruck faces. He was a master of illusion, a weaver of dreams. His stage was his canvas. He painted it with smoke and mirrors, with secrets whispered in the dark. His magic was an escape, a portal to the impossible. Daniel's career had been a steady climb to fame. He started small, honing his craft in dingy bars and birthday parties. His big break came at a charity gala. The crowd was mesmerized. Applause washed over him, fueling his ambition. He craved more, bigger illusions, grander spectacles. Then came Claire. She was his muse, his confidant, his most trusted assistant. With Claire by his side, Daniel's illusions reached new heights. Their chemistry was undeniable, electrifying audiences worldwide. They were the epitome of magic and wonder. Together, they were unstoppable. Little did Daniel know their partnership would take a terrifying turn, plunging them both into a world far more dangerous than any illusion. The Grand Theatre pulsed with anticipation. Tonight was the culmination of months of work, the debut of Daniel's most daring illusion yet, the Vanishing Act. The air crackled with excitement, thick with the scent of velvet and expectation. Daniel, in his signature top hat and tails, felt the familiar surge of adrenaline. He was in his element, a maestro ready to conduct his orchestra of wonder. The spotlight found Claire, radiant in a shimmering gown. She smiled, a silent promise exchanged between them. This was their routine, their dance on the edge of disbelief. As the music swelled, Daniel performed the familiar motions, each gesture precise, each word echoing in the hushed theatre. The box was shut, the curtain drawn, the seconds ticked by. Then, silence. Daniel threw back the curtain, the box empty. The crowd erupted, a wave of astonished cheers washing over him, but something was wrong. His gut twisted. Claire should have reappeared by now. His smile faltered, a chill creeping up his spine. Panic swelled in his chest, choking him. This was not part of the act. Claire was gone. The following days were a blur of flashing lights and relentless questioning. The police swarmed the theatre, their faces grim, their questions sharp and probing. Daniel stuck to his story. It was a new trick, a variation on the classic Vanishing Act. Claire was fine. She was simply lying low until the appropriate moment for her grand reappearance. But doubt gnawed at him. He knew every beat of their act, every cue, every gesture. This wasn't a planned disappearance. This was something else entirely, something dark and inexplicable. The police didn't buy his story either. Their skeptical eyes saw through his facade. He could feel their suspicion growing with each passing day. The papers had a field day. Illusionist's assistant vanishes into thin air, screamed the headlines. The story was a sensation, devoured by a public hungry for mystery. But beneath the surface of public intrigue, Daniel was drowning in fear. His every waking moment was consumed by Claire's absence, the chilling realization that his magic, his life's work, was now intertwined with a terrifying reality he couldn't explain. Sleep provided no escape. Each night, Daniel was plagued by the same nightmare. He would find himself back on stage, the spotlight blinding him. But instead of the roar of the crowd, he heard Claire's voice, a desperate whisper echoing in the darkness. "Daniel," she pleaded, her voice thin and distant. "Help me." He would spin around, searching the empty theatre, his heart pounding in his chest. He could feel her presence, so close yet unreachable. Her voice followed him, weaving through his dreams, a chilling reminder of her disappearance. These nocturnal visitations left him shaken, his sanity teetering on the brink. He was losing himself in a labyrinth of guilt and fear. The line between illusion and reality blurred, the impossible bleeding into his waking hours. The magic he once commanded now felt like a curse, a sinister force twisting his life into a waking nightmare.